Hello, both sides of the conversation family. We welcome you to this virtual space crafted especially for you. My name is Jada Curry, and I'm both sides of the conversation's marketing director and graphics design specialist. I want to take some time to ground us all as a community into this space we are about to open up in, so let's go through our community standards. Both sides of the conversation is providing a safe and honest space for open conversation, so we ask that you all be respectful of that. We also ask that you be respectful of each panelist, host, and participant. We do encourage healthy debates and conversations. Don't personalize anything with anyone. This includes name-calling, bullying, trolling, or shaming. This will not be allowed or tolerated. Your perspective is yours. It is not a prescription. You do not have to agree, but show respect. These community standards apply to all of our live shows and any virtual spaces that we hold on social media, including YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. We want to make sure that we are caring for each other as a community. This is our priority in all of our endeavors as both sides of the conversation. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's show and continue to stay in touch with us via YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or all of them. All right, thank you for listening and see you soon.
Welcome, everybody, to Both Sides of the Conversation. I'm John Henry, Executive Director. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. We're going to have another segment of our Hidden Gems where we will continue to highlight our Black and Brown businesses, as well as uplift community leaders and people in the community that are doing positive things to impact our community. So looking forward to tonight's gems. It's going to be a nice show tonight. But with that being said, first of all, I just want to say thank you to all of the community who has been sending me prayers for me and my family. As you all know, I've been on quarantine. I got my test results back today. I'm negative. Still waiting on my granddaughter's results to come in. So thank you, community, for continuing to just reach out to us and look out for us. Very much appreciated. This weekend, I just want to say that we will not be out at the event that we promoted. I know we were supposed to do a live event out in the community. Because I am in quarantine, I'm going to respect the community and the people of our community and not show up to the event because the quarantine. I'm going to do my full time. I'm not going to just take my negative and say, hey, I'm going to go out in community. I have been dealing with some mild symptoms, so I'm going to make sure before I come back into community that I retest again before I start gathering and socialize with community. As a leader of the community, as somebody who is always talking about doing the right things, I have to make sure that I do my part to make sure that we don't or I don't spread anything, and I want to make sure that I'm 100% well before I come back into the community. So unfortunately, we will not be out at the event this weekend doing our live show, but the Third Street Block Party is still going to happen. We got a local group that's going to be doing it. Black C from RBO Posse is going to take up the space, do some shows out there. So just want to let everybody know the event will still be going on. The block party will still be happening. The Both Sides of the Conversation team, we just won't be out at the event, but that event is still happening. So just want to let people know about that. And we just go keep moving this thing forward. But for community, before we get into the community announcements, just wanted to let everybody know, keep people in your prayers. We have dealt with a tremendous amount of loss over the last couple of weeks with the spread of this Delta variant, not only in my personal family and friends, it's just hitting our community today. A number of community people that I know passed away from COVID today, and just from other things happening in our community. So just want to send prayers out to those families to make sure that they know that we're thinking about them, we're praying for them and uplifting them as we're dealing with so much. I know the stress and strain in our community right now is up. People are just emotionally overwhelmed and exhausted, and rightfully so with what's all going on. So the first week back in school is happening. We'll be able to get you guys some updates about what's going on in our San Francisco school district, about the COVID numbers. Community, let's all do our part to be respectful. If you do test positive or you're around people who are positive, do the right thing, do the quarantine, and just stay indoors and not be out in the community. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump into the community announcements tonight, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring up our first hidden gem tonight. Phenomenal sister. But first, just want to let everybody know that the first vaccine was approved, the Pfizer, this new FDA approved vaccination for 16 and under has been approved. They're going to start using that for our young people in emergencies. They're going to start giving it to the 12-year-old to 15-year-old age group. So that was passed today. So that vaccination will be out. Also, Proposition 22 is considered unconstitutional. An Alameda judge ruled that they will be causing a lot of setback with this ruling for companies like Lyft and Uber. As y'all know, there's been a fight over the last couple of years, the last election, about these gig jobs and how they do work and business. So if you want to know a little bit more about it, look up Proposition 22. One of the federal judges today, or one of the Alameda County judges, ruled that it was unconstitutional. So we'll see what happens with that. As I said earlier, the community announcement, the San Francisco African American Cultural District will present the 3rd Street Block Party, the Humbre Block Party, this Saturday from 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. It'll be at Cafe Envy, 1701 Yosemite Street. We'll be putting that information up so you guys can reach out if you have any questions, concerns. If you're a Black vendor, you want to put up your vending spot there, we'll get you the connection information, who you need to contact from the community. That will be Eric over there at the African American Culture Center, but we'll get that information up. Also, 100% College Prep will be hosting their 2021 College Mixer on Tuesday, September the 7th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at 1201 Mendell Street. Want to give a huge shout out to Diane Gray for continuing to keep the program going, making sure that our kids in the community get an opportunity to go to college, and her leadership just making sure that things are happening. So if you want to get out there and check out that mixer, if you're a parent and your kids in the 12th grade, 11th grade, and you want to get them ready for college, please go to this mixer, connect with 100% College Prep, and Diane Grayden will make sure that your young people are connected and ready for college. With that being said, the Phoenix Day Block Party, they're putting early information out to the community on October 17th. The deadline to participate, if you want to be a vendor, is this coming up Tuesday, I guess, August 31st by midnight. So if you want to be a vendor or you want to be a part of the Phoenix Day Block Party, please go to the SundayStreetsSF.com Block Party /, and we'll get that information across the screen to the community as well. And with the both sides of the conversation, community announcements for us, just want to let everybody know things are happening. We are moving forward as we are continuing to impact our community. So I want to give a huge shout out and thanks to our both sides of the conversation team for working so diligently. Our team is just grinding. They've been up late nights, community, doing stuff to help bless and impact our community. So please appreciate what you guys are getting, the information that's coming out. They are grinding hard to make sure that our community, make sure all of the resources and information gets out to the community. So just want to thank our team for all the hard work that they've been doing behind the scenes to make sure not only these shows are going well, but making sure that the community gets the information and resources that they need. So thank you to our both sides of the conversation team. This Thursday, we're going to have another Educational Thursday presentation at 6 p.m. Miss Sandy's going to be coming on. They're going to be doing a presentation on financial literacy. Great information. They always giving gems to the community. So if you want to learn a little bit more about financial literacy, please log on this Thursday at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as they'll be presenting another financial literacy education presentation to the community. This Sunday, we will have another community conversation. This Sunday conversation is going to be a little triggering, but it's going to be fun. We're talking about relationships. How do we build our broken relationships in our Black and brown community? It's going to be very powerful. It's going to be triggering. Y'all know anytime we have these conversations about relationships, they go left, they go right, they go up and down. But we're going to be having a great conversation. We still have some room for some panelists. I'm looking for some of the brothers in the community to come on and be a part of this conversation as we talk about relationships. How do we fix them? How do we repair them? What does it look like? How do we get our Black love in our community back together and moving forward? I think it'll be great to have you a part of it. So go to our website, book today, and then we'll be having a solidarity and language conversation when we talk about Asian hate, Black Lives Matters. We'll be talking about those solidarity conversations coming up in September, the first Sunday of September. And then we'll be having on September 12th another conversation regarding our disability community. We know we had part one of this conversation. A lot of our disability community needs a lot of things, support. And hopefully, as we continue to reach out to these different departments, we're going to have them come on and answer some of those questions and make sure that they provide the proper information and resources to the community, how to get connected, and things of that nature. So we're looking forward to that conversation as well. With that being said, I'm going to close my mouth now and go ahead and bring up our first guest. This sister's all the way in the East Coast. For all y'all that be talking that mess, that why is both sides of the conversation just a San Francisco organization? We are based in San Francisco, but we serve the Black and Brown community, not only here in San Francisco, but across the Bay Area and beyond. We've had people all over these United States of America on this platform. And tonight we have a phenomenal sister who's going to come on and talk about some of the amazing things that she's doing to impact our Black and Brown community way in South Carolina. She's coming on tonight. Staying up late, community, to come and bless us. So with that being said, I'm going to bring up our sister tonight, Ms. Ladeidra Stokes, and she's going to come on and talk about what she's doing to bless our community.
Hi, how are you guys?
All right, we blessed. We're glad to have you here.
I'm blessed to have, be invited to come speak about, what I do for a living. My name is Ladeidra Stokes. I am from South Carolina, a small town called Elster, South Carolina, where I started my journey at South Carolina State University. I then moved to Ocala, Florida for over like 13 years and started doing a lot of social services and mental health services throughout the time that I was there. Started a business with my siblings, and this particular business we dedicated from the legacy of my mom. My mom died back in 2016 from breast cancer, and so a lot of things that my mom did was help the community with different things, and she was very powerful in our community. And so we wanted to kind of continue with her legacy. And so what we decided to do is start a life coaching and educational coaching business. And so what we do is provide coaching to kids and parents, educational things like assisting them with test anxiety if they have struggles with that, organizational skills, or time management. We help with anxiety, for example, with COVID right now. A lot of kids are under quarantine, so we kind of do a lot of virtual things. And we're based out of South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, and we also have a few clients in North Carolina. So we can touch any state. My siblings, a lot of them, I have 3 siblings in the educational field and then 1 in the nutrition field. So we're very versatile, and what we do is just help a lot of families. We touch a lot of families in South Carolina and those other states that I talked about. Another thing I do, and we do as a whole, is provide a lot of different programs. One of our big program that we did was a homework lounge, where we were very creative and started getting kids together on certain days, different slots for like an hour, and they do their homework. They get a lot of tutoring, or interacting with their peers, and we had snacks for them, music and things like that, and it was very successful. We kind of measure and assess them from from the first quarter all the way up to the 4th quarter, and saw the growth in their academic achievement, because we believed in, like, a lot of kids deal with a lot of trauma and things like that. And where I, from my standpoint, because my sisters is in the educational field, I do a lot of mental health, and I notice a lot of kids that deal with trauma. A lot of our referrals in the school system a lot of kids act out and things like that, but they're acting out. All behaviors is communication. And what I do is go into the schools and talk to educators about how trauma can impact learning. And so that is one of the things I've been doing. I'm right now working on a project with East Orange District in New Jersey right now to empower educational coaching in the 21st century program. So that is another thing that I'm doing. I'm doing a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of podcasting across the U.S., just promoting music and mental health and things like that. So I'm doing a lot of things in my community. My siblings and I just hosted a basketball tournament in our hometown in Estill, South Carolina, where we brought together everyone and did like free giveaways and things like that for the community, water slides. We had basketball teams come from the different parts of our county and just had a lot of fun. And we had a great turnout. So that's a lot of things that I do for the community. Even in Florida, we did a care package program where we hosted this program, Back to School Care. Instead of giving away backpacks and pencils and things like that, we gave away toiletries, like shampoo and deodorant and things like that. And we also donated to some football teams in the local schools. So just wanted to think outside of the box. My program is very creative. A lot of my life coaching that I do is one-on-one. I'm not a counselor that has like a couch and we sit down. I'm very creative. We do a lot of one-on-one things. We building Legos while we're talking. We do different things, painting on, rock painting and things like that. I do a lot of fun things. I take some of my kids to the mall and we interact during our sessions through that, parks, things like that. Starbucks is one of the big things the kids like, Barnes and Noble. So I'm very, I think outside of the box. I've been an educator as well. So I did I wanted to intertwine that when I worked in, the school system, just building on to the kids walking along beside them and things like that. So that is part of some of the things I do.
Wow, powerful stuff. That is a lot that you're doing. I think is phenomenal. Because you're crossing those intersections. I think is very important when we talk about mental health and in the education system and in our communities. A lot of times we are impacted with mental health and different traumas that we face in the Black and Brown community, and sometimes those things are never addressed. And
Right.
a lot of times they get misdiagnosed, and we have all of these school districts across this country that just want to push drugs, or the doctors want to push drugs off recommendations from the school district. So I think it's very powerful that that's the work you're doing. Now, what I was going to ask you were, are you doing any consulting out of your firm? Are you all nonprofit? Are you just for profit? Or what's you guys' status on your LLC?
So we're for profit. We also have another LLC for profit, and it's RBS Consulting and Training, and that's what I do in the schools. So I've been in a few schools already, just trying to help a lot of the deans and principals and things like that, like help them understand some of the trauma triggers in the school and build on trauma-informed care to kind of reduce a lot of those referrals and kind of utilizing the IEPs, where kids have IEPs and they have goals, behavior goals. Are they working with these kids that have those behaviors? So I'm very big on that 504 plans for kids. I go to meetings with parents, their 504 and IEP meetings. I advocate for a lot of parents as well. So try to educate them.
Right. Yeah, I think that's powerful that you do that. I think that's a big problem that we have, just really educating our parents how to get resources, how to get the information, get the help support services. I think it's a big thing. But since you are doing stuff in the educational realm, I'm not sure if you guys, what the school setup is out there. But a big thing that's happening or transitioning here on the West Coast is community schools. I'm not sure if you're familiar with community schools. I know a lot of people know about the charter schools, but these community-based schools that they're trying to put in place, let the community kind of advocate how the school structures are. Are you familiar with that, or you know anything about that on y'all end, or that's not out there yet?
I never heard of it.
Okay, yeah. So it could be a West Coast thing. You know, a lot of things start here in the West and then they get out. But yeah, it's a big push. I had our Black educators here on our platform. We had a Sunday conversation about that, and the conversation keeps pushing towards these community schools, especially for our kids, like the different demographics of what we experience and what we see. Having those type of community teachers and people in place to impact, the community or the youth at the schools in the community. But one of the big things that we're having here on the West Coast is getting culturally appropriate people. And, I know you said that you're doing things outside of the box. And I think, and I'm a big advocate for mental health for our community as well. But I wanted to ask you, what did you think about telehealth when it comes to therapy and counseling through Zoom and telephone calls and things like that nature? I'm not sure if you're there yet, but what do you think about it? It's a new phenomenon that's happening. A lot of more health organizations are starting to do it. I think, me personally, it's a way to kind of connect sometimes with people in our community, in the Black and brown community. When it comes to mental health, that's a stigma that people just don't want to be tied to for whatever reason. But we want to find out, because it's happening more. I'm seeing more, even with marital counseling, it's a lot of telehealth, Zoom type of health going on. Just wanted to get your perspective, if you use it, or have you used it before or have experienced it. What do you think? Is that something that you think can help impact our community to get the mental health services? Because sometimes I think that's a way we can connect with our community behind the scenes. We have to start using this digital media and these virtual platforms to kind of do some of this work, because sometimes people don't want to walk into the mental health center. Sometimes they don't want to walk into the doctor to get that type of treatment. I think telehealth is something it's a phenomenon that's growing, but I just wanted to get your perspective as a medical professional and see what you thought.
Well, I've been providing telehealth as a mental health counselor. I had a contract with an agency to provide mental health services. Right now, I'm transitioning to doing telehealth through the business that we currently have. And what I'm coming up with a plan, because a lot of my kids and I, when we meet, face to face, we do a lot of creative activities. So now I'm brainstorming, because I got to think outside of the box how I can get them engaged through telehealth. So I'm coming up with a plan, me and my siblings now. I just started doing it today. Actually, I had 3 kids that I booked, and they miss being face to face, but because of the numbers of going up, I had to kind of back off and step out of the office and go virtual for a little bit. But I'm trying to get creative. I don't, if I gotta go into Zoom and kind of merge my screen and we kind of do games and things like that, I'm willing to do anything just to kind of connect with the kids. So, I mean, I went from playing basketball with my boys, because I love basketball, or they teaching me how to play Roblox and Fortnite. I mean, I do whatever I can to connect with my kids. So,
man, that's pretty cool. That's phenomenal stuff. Glad you're doing it. We're definitely going to get your information out to some of our educators, some of our mental health providers. I just wanted to ask that because I think this telehealth might be the way, because a lot of times here in the Bay Area, because we're so mixed and it's a melting pot out here. A lot of time there's not a large population of mental health providers or educators that look like us. And I'm just thinking, how do we connect those corners where we could get some of our populations, like in the South or in Atlanta and Texas, where it's a little bit more heavily populated of Black folks? How do we utilize them to help do some of this work in areas that's not so much populated, so that our young people, our families, could feel comfortable with having people who look like them and able to do that work? So looking forward to connect you with community. I think it is phenomenal what you are doing. And definitely I'm going to share your information out to some of the people, because we're always looking for new ideals and things of that nature. And maybe your services that you provide can help out for some of the things that we're dealing with here. And like you said, this Delta variant is spreading. There's a high percentage chance that we are going to be going back to a second round and maybe a shutdown or a minor lockdown. And again, how do we go virtual? How do we get ahead of it this time to make sure that our kids get what they need, especially when you're talking about mental health, dealing with anxiety and social separation. These kids are just coming back, and it looks like a lot of this stuff is spread through our schools, and a lot of kids are going to be back in the house. So it is going to definitely take organizations like yours and other organizations out here to start putting back together a virtual plan to help impact our community. So just want to say thank you. For being here, staying up. We're going to make sure we get your information out. I have a number of educators out here that we're connected with that I'll definitely connect you with, so that, just making that connection, having that conversation, see what works out here, because we all being impacted right now. And our young people, they need it more now than ever to still be educated, have fun, but also deal with some of the anxieties and things that they're dealing with from not being in the classroom every day. So phenomenal stuff. If there's anything else you want to say or promote, this is the time before we move on to our next hidden gem.
I just want to say that I'm willing to help make an impact in any state. So I'm ready for the challenge. I'm creative. I'm very open-minded. I'm willing to grow. So just anybody that want to reach out to me, my number is 352-843-2074, and all of my information is on the screen. So just reach out to me, and definitely we can connect.
Wow, powerful stuff. Thank you again, Ms. Stokes, for coming on, being so gracious, with the time difference, staying up here, being a part of both sides of the conversation for our Hidden Gem segment. You are now not so hidden. I know you have a good following, but now you have a West Coast following. People are going to be checking in with you and trying to make that connection. And that's what it's all about, bringing these resources, bringing these thinking tanks and people that have these phenomenal minds to come together and figure out how we impact our community with these resources and information. So thank you again. We are looking forward to connecting with you as well for maybe an educational presentation or maybe one of our Sunday conversations in the future. So we'll definitely be looking out for you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Thank you again.
You too.
All right, everybody. With that being said, I made one announcement that I was supposed to make in the beginning of the show, but I have to say, because my mind is altered and I'm dealing with mild symptoms of COVID, my brain is not working so good. I want to first give a huge shout out to my brother Nate Ford at the SF Rebels. As you all know, every Tuesday he helps co-host this show with us. And tonight, unfortunately, he lost one of his staff that passed away today. So our prayers is out to the SF Rebel family, to my brother Nate, and to the family who lost their loved one. Nate is a big part of our community here in San Francisco. He does a lot of things for our community outside of his basketball organization. Just a good brother. And we're going to miss him tonight, and we're going to continue to pray for him and the family and his staff that he lost today. As you all know, we are being impacted here. Things are happening across this country. We are losing people left and right. And I just want to take that moment to just shout out Nate and let him know we didn't forget about you. John Henry had a brain fort there, and I forgot to shout out my brother Nate. But this stuff is real. The spread of this virus is spreading. We are losing people. So community, take it serious. Make sure you tell your loved ones tonight you love them, connect with them. If you got some problems with somebody out there, use this time to resolve those issues. And because you never know, this time is, we are losing so many people. Things are happening. And I just want to make sure that we all connect with our loved ones. Because this life that we are dealing with right now is just so short. So many losses, so many things happening. So very, very important stuff. So shout out to my brother Nate. And I'm sure once he's up to it, he will be back on the segment to help continue bless our community and be a part of this show. So with that being said, we're going to move on to our next hidden gem. This sister right here is a phenomenal sister. We are honored to have her here. She is a community pillar, doing stuff, building up her business. And I even got birthday balloons from her. She's been doing a lot of our community organizations, blessing the community with her business. So I want to go ahead and introduce Miss Tiffani today so she can tell community who she is, about her business, and how community we can support this Black business, get behind her, and patronize the work that she's doing. Tiffani, what's up? Come talk to us.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Tiffani Whitfield. I am the owner of, along with my sister, Balloon Sisters SF. and we are a balloon business that we started here in the community for the community. Just this past year during the pandemic, we realized that it was kind of hard out here. It was no happiness. It was just a lot of sadness going on, and we thought that bringing balloons to the community would be something that would help bring some happiness here. So that's what we're doing. I'm born and raised here. Um, been here my whole life. Went to school here. Grandmother, just a part of the community. So I just always wanted to be a business owner here in my community, and just be a part of it. Help bring the economy back up. There's not a lot of us out here in the neighborhood as it is. And so for the people that are here, I just hope that, if you need balloons and you don't have to go all the way out to the city or go to Safeway, you could just contact me and I have the balloons here for you.
Wow. Great stuff. Great stuff. I've seen some of your work. I've seen a couple of events that you put on for the community. Just want to say I love your work. You're very articulate. You make it real fancy. You do a good job. And I'm just happy to have you here because we also want to help uplift our Black and brown businesses in the community. And this what this platform and this segment is about, is making sure that our community know. Here's a sister that's doing these balloons, the next birthday party, the next marriage bridal party, whatever party you have in the community event, to make sure that you spend your money local, spend your money with our Black and brown businesses to help uplift them. And that's why this platform is so important to our community, getting these resources out here. Maybe there's a number of parties coming up. They didn't know who they were going to use. Instead of going somewhere else, support the local, support the Black business, and make sure that you get what you need. And I'm a testament. It was a week ago. My grandbaby popped all my balloons because that's just how she. But I love the setup. I got the flowers. The balloons. I was so happy. But I have a 5-year-old grandbaby. She runs my house, so she does whatever she want to do. So after she played with them for a little while, she got that point where she was like, okay, it's time to pop and pop off. So she was blowing them up left and right. But definitely, we just want to make sure, that we help you expand and grow. And that's why this segment is so important, so that we make sure that we patronize our Black businesses and make sure that all of our community hubs, our community organizations, and people in our community that are doing things, make sure they reach out and support you, utilize your services to help brighten those parties up and make these young people happy. Do you have hours of service that you want to get out there in the community? Things of that nature?
So right now I do have multiple jobs that I work. So Balloon Sisters SF is something that I'm just trying to put in there in my time slot. So Monday through Friday, it's like if you contact me, I can make it. So it's by order, Monday through Friday. But the weekends, I'm available all day, Saturday, Sunday, from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And I'm right here on Shafter and Jennings. So anybody needs to just come by and grab some, they can call me. I actually just hooked up my website. So you can now go onto the website, which is www.balloonsistersSF.co, and you can put your order in there. I specialize in helium balloons because I have an account with Airgas. So I do have the helium available here on location. I also like to create those beautiful arches and those columns that everyone have at their parties. So you can also contact me for those as well. I do deliver them. I set them up. And that's all a part of the price, so you don't have to worry about any additional costs. I like to just be here for the neighborhood. You don't have to go out to Party City. I go out there, the lines are so long, they don't have good customer service. But I'm here in the community, and I love my neighbors, and I love my people. So you could just come through, and I'll hook you up. Best customer service you're gonna ever get.
Man, that's what's up. Very important stuff, and this business is very important. And I'm gonna just stop you there when you say I'm trying. You're doing the damn thing, sister. You're
Thank
doing it,
you.
okay? It's
Thank
just going to take
you.
the community to get behind you and continue to uplift you
Please
so that you can
do.
spread and do more. And to all of our allies out there that are watching, because see, this is why this segment is so important, because there's a lot of people in our community that say they support Black businesses,
Right.
they support Black Lives Matter, they want to help out, we want to be a part of the community. Now you have an opportunity. If you're having a corporate event at Orco or at Google or at Twitter, or if
Right.
you're doing an event for a retiree in your organization,
Absolutely.
come on and reach out to the Balloon Sisters,
Yes.
buy some of those balloons and some of those party items to help uplift a Black and brown business.
Yes.
You know, you're doing the work, but that's what it's all about, you know. And you know, we're going to keep pressuring our allies and these large organizations and these companies, you know, to make sure that they're really doing their part to impact the small businesses, especially the Black and brown businesses,
Right.
especially during this COVID time. As you know, we all been impacted so hard when it comes to making revenue and things of that nature. So we're going to be definitely pushing for that. I'm going to do my part to make sure I continue to network.
Thank you.
And we start bringing on some of these organizations who have resources to impact our community, to make sure that they utilize your services for their community events, for their community parties, their banquets, and things of that nature. So we're going to continue to get your information out there. Keep doing what you're doing. There's no more trying. You're just doing it. We're going to get behind you, and we're going to help you build capacity, and we're going to make sure that Balloon Sisters is all over the place, and people support what you're doing. So that's what's up. Yeah. So if it's anything you want to talk about, any other businesses that you have or any other social medias you want to promote, now is the time. Get that information out there, or put it in the chats if something coming up and you think about it while we're going through. Please put that up there. Definitely our next event, when we do our first Both Sides of Conversation event, it's coming. See, I'm pulling it. I'm pulling it to the atmosphere. I ain't waiting no more. We're looking for an event planner. Maybe we're going to hire you to be our event planner. I don't know. But I'm putting it in the atmosphere. We're going to put our first Both Sides of the Conversation event together. That's going to be I have so many ideas of what it's going to look like, but we're getting there. And we're going to make sure that it happens, because people are inboxing me. When is Both Sides of the Conversation going to do something phenomenal for the community? It's coming, community. It takes a lot to do this work. And we're just sitting here. And even in this time of me being quarantined in the house, my mind is just running, because y'all know I can't sit still. Everybody be like, we used to you in the community. So I'm sitting here, I'm stuck in quarantine, so my mind is racing. I'm putting all of these things together of how we're going to impact. And when we launch our first Both Sides of the Conversation event, it is going to be very, very important, impactful to our community. And your business will be involved, as well as some of the other community business. And we're going to bless you, sister. Don't worry about it. We're going to support you and bless you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do want to just shout out all the people that have been giving me love. So, Feline Finesse Dance Company, I want to give them a shout out, #1 supporter. Also, I'm going to be at the Sam Jordan and Suge first annual barbecue at Gilman Park this Saturday. Also, I will be providing balloons for the college prep event that's on September 7th over at 100% college prep. So I just want to thank everybody who has contacted me so far for balloons. I really do appreciate you. Thank you.
And that's what's up. And shout out to those amazing queens. Shout out to Coach Leela. She is so dope. She is all about her community. You know, she's been helping everybody out in the community. And that's why we appreciate her. She's been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes to help support all of the organizations in the community. And that's what we need as we try to help support our businesses. We also need the community organizations and individuals in the community to uplift and support each other. We have to get out of this competition mode and get into the collaboration mode to help uplift each other. And she is definitely one of those faces in the community that's about collaboration and uplifting our people. So we also want to thank Feline Dance Crew, Miss Diane Gray over at 100%. She is always about supporting local, supporting Black businesses, and supporting our young people. So definitely shout out to them and thanking them as well, because that's what it's all about, uplifting each other. And we're going to continue to do that. So thank you again for giving us your time, coming here. And look, the internet held up for you earlier. You couldn't get on. God is good. Our ancestors is always working. We got you on tonight. You was clear. We can hear you. We got your information out there. And we're going to make sure that all these organizations that's throwing events, that they reach out to you. And we're going to connect your information in our business directory, as well as we are continuing to build up our business directory for community. And I see the love coming in the chats for you. Everybody is so happy because they know about the balloons.
Thank you.
But with that being said, thank you. If you want to hold on for the question of the night at the end, we have a quick thing. But if you have to go, I understand. But my brother Laz been waiting so patiently. We're going to go ahead and get him up. But thank you, Tiff. And we'll be out there supporting you. And when we have our first event, we'll be making sure that we contract with you to get our balloons for our event.
Thank you. I'll see you soon.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
All right. Phenomenal. Another Black business for all y'all that's talking about where the Black businesses at. How do we support them? There you go. Another Black business here in the community. Get out there, support her. If you have a birthday party coming up, if you have any kind of those events that's happening that you're going to need balloons or party accessories, please go out and reach out to the Balloon Sisters. Make sure y'all support that queen. We want to uplift our Black and brown business always. We're going to stay committed to that here at both sides of the conversation. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and bring up this king. He was supposed to be here last week. He's here today. And man, things be happening, but the brother's here last. You are a very important part of the community. And as our community organizations and businesses are building, come on and shout out what you're doing, man. Let the people in the community know what you got going on and what you're doing, brother.
Hey, John, thanks for having me on. First of all, I want to thank Coach Leela and you because that phone call last Tuesday when I got the phone call about the interview, you guys actually, that phone call saved the shop because the shop had went on fire. And when I was asked to turn around so people could see the shop, that's the only thing that brought me back here. So we were able to save some of the merch and some of the equipment. So that was a blessing, actually. But to introduce myself, my name is Lazaro Ruiz. I am the owner of ESTBC Prints and the Wave Room here in the Bayview, San Francisco. We are a small artisan screen printing shop. We focus on printing everything by hand and taking you from developing your concept, the artwork, all the way to the final garment for sale, get it ready for distribution. Right now, we're focusing on opening up a youth program that's going to teach the youth how to screen print, do artwork, and distribute. And that's what we're doing right now.
Very dope stuff, man. I definitely want to connect with you because printing services is so hard to get people to create T-shirts. Tell the people what all some of the services that you have. I know because I want to get some hoodies and stuff made for our both sides of conversation and some T-shirts. But what are some of the services? I know you're talking about all printing, but like when you're talking about all printing, is it just for business cards, T-shirts, hoodies, banners? Like what all of the services that you're giving to the community?
John, if you can see it, I can print it. So that goes from posters to flyers to business cards to T-shirts, hoodies, hats. Water bottles, we print on wood, we print on aluminum, we print banners. If you can see it, we can print it.
Man, don't worry. Both sides of the conversation, we are headed down there to come see you soon. I got some ideas of things that I want to do for our special guests. I know Coach Leela was talking to me about a couple of things. We're going to definitely support you, so you'll be getting an order from us. But it's very important. What you do is very important, especially for our small businesses. Business cards. There's so many small organizations that are developing right now, and that's why I was so pumped up to get you on here because, as you know, Copy World, a lot of these printing services have left our community, right?
Right.
And instantly, when I saw you and I was like, oh, this is what you're doing. Like, we got to connect because there are so many organizations that are being created right now, so many small businesses that are being created right now. And your service is so pivotal to businesses getting up in order, like you said, with business cards and banners and marketing items. Very, very important stuff. And you right here in the heart of 3rd Street and Hunters Point. Very, very important stuff, man. So I wanted to get you on. I'm sorry about last week what happened. Again, it was a blessing and a curse, as they say.
It's gonna be hard to break me. Ain't no fire. Through the grace of God, He's always covering me. Man. But we're blessed. We're still here. We didn't lose too much. But I wanted to just make sure that I made this point that we want to focus on building this youth program for the kids so they have somewhere to get creative. You know, we also are going to be running. I'm waiting for my friend. She screen prints. Once I could get the confirmation, we're going to be also running a program where single mothers in the Bayview could come and learn how to print so they could put some money in their pocket, some extra money in their pocket. So, but I need her because I want the women dealing with the women. And even with the youth, I want a woman teaching the girls how to screen print, and I can focus on the young men. So once we get all that tied in, we're gonna be ready to go.
Oh man, that's very powerful. And I know we still got to have a conversation. I've been busy, but I know we got something on the schedule set up because you know that's some of the stuff that we're trying to do as well. And I will definitely love to continue to work with you and collaborate. You know, you doing the printing side, we're doing this media side. And that's one of the things that I want to do is like, how do we incorporate to get our young people to figure out how to set up these media platforms and how to do some of this stuff, right? To give them an opportunity. And I think it's phenomenal what you thinking about that and bring that up, because we need to start educating our young people in the community with other alternatives and other opportunities that we sometimes miss, right? And a lot of times in our community, all we hear about is janitorial and construction and things of that nature. And we have to start opening our young people minds up to some of these different medias and different things to really make a cost of living. We know here in the Bay Area and San Francisco is very, very expensive to live and to run a business. So definitely, you know, what you're going to be doing and putting together to teach our people in the community is phenomenal. So I am looking forward to connecting with you and, you know, just coming to just, you know, run some things off our both of our great minds and figure out if we could definitely put something together to impact the community, because I know that's what you're about. And a lot of people don't know about like the backdrop too, because me and Laz went to school, because you got a twin brother. Well, I can't think of your brother.
He's right here. He's right here.
Yeah, tell your brother I said what's up, man. We all met. What's up, good brother? Man, you know, we family like in a way, man. So let me tell you. We all went to middle school together. Y'all don't remember. I know they remember. We all went to middle school together. And, man, having the twins at the school was always just always cool. They would always mess with people. But it's just good to see y'all brothers, man, doing this. And it is very impactful to see Black males in our community doing stuff and stuff like this, because we have to also empower our community and let them know there are other opportunities. You all know the background we came from. Y'all know the struggles we've been through in the community. We all had our transition, but it's just always a blessing to see people we went to school with, and we all come to these intersections and meet again, and we're doing positive things to impact our community. I just love it, man. So
hey, John, could I just wanted to share too, because he's probably going to hold up, but he's actually right now, he's actually just completed his 100th dive. He's scuba diving, and he's going to be teaching the youth how to scuba dive. And that's his way to do underwater therapy. He's going to kill me later for doing this, but he's focusing on underwater therapy for the youth to help with anxiety, panic attacks. So yeah, if you could bring him on here later on sometime this month or whenever you have some time.
Brother, listen, hold on, listen. You don't even have to ask. Y'all got to remember, both sides of the conversation is a community platform.
Yeah.
You ain't got to ask, brother. All you got to do is go on the website, book. You, my brother, I definitely want to get that information out to our community, especially with the spread of this Delta virus and some of the anxieties and depression and some of the things that our young people deal with. Teaching them how to dive is definitely a real humbling experience, and it is definitely something that can bring you to that self-centered. That is definitely therapy. I am all for it. Let me tell you, I'm an advocate for mental health. I believe in our Black and brown community. Whatever we have to do to get mental health to our people, I'm all for it. So if it's reading, if it's writing, if it's diving, if it's skydiving, whatever it is to help bring our people back to one, I am in support of it. But right now, some of the services and some of the things that we have in place is not working. So I'm open for change. I'm open for new ideas. I'm open for new ways that we can bring mental health to our Black and brown community. So definitely, my brother, when you set up and you ready, because I don't want to bring you on and you ain't ready. And 100 parents is like, hey, I want to get in there. You ain't ready. Come on when you ready. But we'll help promote. We'll utilize our platform to make sure that information get out to the community, to all our nonprofits. That's what we're here for. We're one of the Dream Keeper initiatives. Our job is to help get this information out to the community, bring these community organizations together to make sure that our community know where the services are, how to connect our young people, how to connect our seniors and people of our community. But man, phenomenal stuff. You're welcome, brother. You don't even have to ask. Just let me know when you're ready. Your brother can show you how to log on and sign up, and we'll get you on, or you can send me an email, man. It's all good, brother. Proud to see you doing that. That's one of them stigma breakers right there. They say black people don't die.
We can't swim. We swim.
Right. Die sky. I went skydiving. People thought I was crazy. Why would you jump out of a plane? I said, listen, everybody, we all can do this. You just got to have a little faith. So, hey, great stuff, man. Looking forward to having you on. I think that is something phenomenal to bring to our community. I would love to see some of our young people diving, putting on a scuba suit, learning how to go underwater, and go up there and catch some of that abalone that they got up there. So good. Hey, phenomenal stuff. But definitely, we're going to continue to run your information across the screen. Last, if you could send me a digital flyer so that we can make sure we post them on all of our social media handles with your address, your location, hours, whatever your little business flyer is, so that we could get it out and make sure that we get it on our social media handles. I know Leela's already been getting it out to community, but we want to make sure that we blast on all of our social media handles to make sure that people that's following us know where you at, because we want to do our local printing with you. But I definitely want to come get some shirts and stuff made to support you. So I will be stopping by soon, putting in the order to help support what you're doing. I think it's phenomenal, especially to see two brothers doing it. Man, this dope, man. See, community, this is what we talk about. When we talk about hidden gems and highlighting phenomenal people in our community, this is what we're talking about. This is what that looks like. This is what this is what it is. And what a way to have y'all two brothers doing that. One diving, one printing, amazing stuff, community. This is why they on here tonight, so that we can get that information out. Be looking forward for the dive school for the young people. Next summer, we're gonna be having young people dive in the Pacific Ocean. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no, well, he's traveling the world diving. So that's to also teach the youth and whoever gets involved, man, that it's okay to get out of California or your hood. Get out. We didn't been around the world like.
Hey, that's dope.
So we move around, so that we want to teach that also. Get up and get out.
Oh man, that is powerful. I already see it. Yeah. I can see it right now.
Yep.
30 kids on a plane, going to Florida, going to Cuba, going somewhere to go die. I'm speaking it existing, my brother. It's gonna happen. We gotta get our young people off the streets, man. This is the way, right? And I'm glad you're doing it, and I definitely agree with you. And that's what I'm saying. These great minds. I say it all the time, and no disrespect to no organization. But what typically happens, not only in the nonprofit world, but in our businesses, we only give our young people an opportunity to travel through education, right? So they got the school Black college tours, and they got certain things like that, right? But I am happy y'all thinking like that, because I've been advocating and saying that for how do we get Lil Ray Ray and Pookie that's on the corner that might be thinking about changing, but they don't know yet. But taking a trip with you to Florida and go scuba diving might be what changing. Like, hey, man, this is dope. See some other people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to really start impacting those kids that's in that transitional point, right? Especially when we talk about violence prevention and things of that nature, right? Nobody's really addressing that young man that's on that corner that's halfway in, halfway out, right? There's no opportunity. So it's like, if I'm not in college, I don't get that experience to go see another state, right? And these kids that I deal with, they say it all the time. All they know is the corners that they stand on. We got to brighten their mind so they can see something else, because when they get out of their comfort zone, man, we always say to change, you got to change people, places, and things. And sometimes getting out, making that change will impact them to make that change. So powerful stuff. We'll be behind you, supporting you. Go ahead, Lash.
Got one more thing. I know we were talking about education earlier, and I would be wrong if I didn't do this, man. For you people here, our brothers, our sisters that are in the Bayview, there's a hidden gem called Rise Prep. Go check them out at riseprep.org. You will be putting your kid in a great education situation. You would be putting your kid in a great community situation, and you'd be putting your kid in a family situation. There's a Christian-based private school here in the community that's helping us grow all the way. They've even helped in with getting this ESTDC Prince off the ground. It's a phenomenal school, and the people are family. I love them like they're my own blood, man. So you guys go check them out, please. riseprep.org. My son actually goes to school there. He's in the 8th grade, going to be going into a 9th. The school's going into a high school now. So you guys that are thinking about high school, go check out Rise Prep. The staff is like an amazing staff.
Hey, man, phenomenal information. Hey, Laz, if you could put that in the chat, I want to make sure that our community that are watching, we have a large following here in D10 in the Bayview. I want to make sure that our community parents, because a lot of times our kids are struggling in the San Francisco school district. Maybe this is a private school opportunity for you. Reach out to this school. Laz is going to put it up inside of there, Rise Prep. Let's get this information.
They've been working they've helped fund the kids' education. They cover almost 90% of the tuition. So parents, you just got to get up and go meet the staff, sign up. There's going to be a gala here, I think in October at some point. You guys can attend and help fundraise. That's all going back into the community.
Man, great information. Well, since you already got your kid there, maybe you could get them to come on both sides of the conversation. Maybe you could get the principal or the head person in charge to come on and represent their organization, man, because that's great information. Anytime we got any hidden gems in our community, we want to make sure that they're not so hidden and make sure that our community is connected with them. So Rise Prep community, it's up on the screen. Check them out. Go to their website, see what they're offering. And Brother Laz here is going to try to make an in-person connection for us, and we'll see if we can get that staff to come on both sides of the conversation and let community know what they are and what they're doing.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us, man. We appreciate you, John. And
hey, no problem.
Coach Leela, we here for you guys. Yeah.
Hey, no problem. We'll be coming down there. You got my word, brother. I'll be down there to support what you're doing, because definitely we want to get some both sides of the conversation gear that we want to give out to some of our community, and we would love to have you print that, and I'll be honored. The twins, my brothers, man, doing their thing. So I'll be down there. Don't worry, you'll see me. I'm in quarantine, but once I get out of quarantine, I'm going to be back in the community hitting it hard. And, just keep doing what y'all doing. I am so happy to see y'all brothers and what y'all doing, man, to bless the community. Powerful stuff. I think I might have to join that scuba diving class. I need to go try that. So, I'm going to have to log in, man. I can't wait to have you on, brother. When you come on, man, we go get that out there so we can get our parents involved and get our young people, the community involved with that, man.
That's what I like to hear, brother. Thank you for that.
All right, for sure. With that being said, if y'all want to hang on for a second, we're going to pull everybody back up on the stage and just have a quick question before we end tonight's show. I'll bring up our team, bring up everybody that was here tonight. And I know our sister's been up patiently waiting on the East Coast here. But I just wanted to ask a question, since we all Black folks and brown folks on here. We all about community. We all know that the spread of COVID is happening. I've been impacted in my family. I just want to hear from you all, like, what do we do in our community to help stop the spread of this virus? Again, I want to make it clear out there to community. I am not advocating for one way or the other for people to get vaccinated. I have been vaccinated. I am still here. I have been in situations where close family members and I've been impacted by my immediate family, tested positive for COVID and is vaccinated. So there is a possibility that you still could be. But I just want to get a feel from everybody on, what do y'all think? How do we impact our people, even if it's not getting vaccinated? How do we help them? Or what do you all think we could do for our community to stop this spread of COVID or this Delta variant? A lot of people are just being reckless, and I know that's part of it. People are frustrated. But again, this is real. People are dying. People are being infected. And there are a lot of people in our community who are testing positive that we still see out in the community at community events. But just wanted to hear from y'all. What do y'all think about this? And how are y'all feeling? We might have to go to another lockdown. What do y'all think about it? Anybody can start.
That might be the answer. That might be the answer.
Yeah.
So you think a second shutdown might be the answer?
I mean, especially adults. I mean, we jeopardizing other people. Get the shot or stay away. Simple. You're slowing down business, slowing down your kids' education, you're slowing down your growth. You're trapped in a house and you're sick. So why not just follow? And if you don't want to get the vaccine, just be cautious. You can't be out at the club at night, man. And you ain't got no vaccine, you know? Come on now. So
yeah,
that's my opinion.
I
definitely.
believe that they should, if you, like, again, if you don't want to be vaccinated, that's totally your right. But at the same time, should be wearing your mask. And when you go out to party at nighttime, you should be wearing your mask. Like, I think sometimes when they go to these parties and they want to look cool and they don't want the mask on, they can't have a conversation, then you should wear a shield just to cover up your nose, your mouth. And, because you're spitting on people when you're having these conversations, you might not think you are, but stuff is coming out your mouth and it's starting to affect everybody. I work at the Giant Stadium and they just have all those people in there and they don't want to wear a mask. So it's not going to get better unless people wear a mask everywhere.
Man, definitely. Hey, Laz, make sure you check the private chat. I know Tiffany's trying to connect with you, so look in the private chat to grab her information. I'll connect y'all anyway. Ms. Stokes, what do you think? What do you think from? And you got the mental health thing. Cause I'm mentally drained. I'm exhausted, y'all. I want this stuff to stop. I'm tired of seeing my grandbaby have to sit in the house. I don't know, but I don't know what the answers is. But how do we get our people to fall in order, as they say?
Man, I think with this COVID thing, it's kind of like hard because you got people that don't want to get the vaccine, and it's their right, and then you got people that have it. So I just encourage people to just wear their masks and sanitize everywhere they go, and just kind of be cautious. It is a lot. Especially like my kids haven't been back to school since March 2020. My son just going back. My daughter's still on virtual. So like it's a lot and it's challenging for especially the kids. We have a lot of kids that's dealing with anxiety right now at home and at school because of COVID. So I just want to encourage parents just to I don't know, like just connect with schools and your educators and things like that when it comes to, I'm speaking from the kids standpoint because I'm getting a lot of referrals with kids that's dealing with quarantine and things like that, and they're struggling. So, my heart goes out to everyone, every kid that's dealing with that. So.
Yeah, and it's very important information for community. And again, like I said, I'm there with you. I'm not here to push a person. It's your choice. I have been vaccinated, but I think one of the things, again, that I just want to reiterate, in doing your part, when we talk about solidarity and trying to stop this, is just stay home. That's all I'm asking the community. Like, your choice is your choice. I don't want to get in that argument. But if you test positive, or if somebody's close to you in your household tests positive, do your part in quarantine. And I think that's the big part of it. Wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands. But again, we're going to be bringing some community organizations on here that are doing stuff as these numbers are increasing. Let me tell you, I'm in this hospital industry. These emergency rooms are getting packed. Even when I went to go take my test, it is taking longer and longer to get those test results back. Very important information for our community. And the reason why I want community to just like think about this and have an understanding is because once you're in this quarantine situation, you can't be outside. For some of our breadwinners of a family, our single families, getting groceries and food and getting access to stuff, if you're the only person, is very, very hard. And I'm glad that we have a lot of resources here in the Bay Area, San Francisco, that are helping some of these families out to get resources to those families. But our kids are definitely suffering. We've had parents test positive and the kids, can't be around them. So the parents can't cook. So, this is, it's a lot of stress, not only on the kids, but our families that's impacted. So just wanted to ask that question and kind of get you all's perspective on what you're feeling and just get some of that love and information out to the community. And hopefully community, y'all can reach out to both sides of the conversation as we start working with some of these organizations that are going to be helping some of those families that are in quarantine to make sure that the young people are still getting fed, have groceries, and getting the support. It is a struggle, but we'll get through this. We're going to be resilient. I'm going to be resilient. And that's why I'm doing my part as a leader of the community to stay home. Even though I tested negative, I still want to do my quarantine as I did start to get some of those mild symptoms. I don't want to be out in the community, being around people until I'm 100%. And I will be taking a second test to make sure I'm good before I start interacting with our community. And we just need more community leaders, more community families, more community people to lead with that example so that we could be safe and not spreading this disease any further, especially as there's other strands of it starting to move out in our community. So very important stuff. If anybody have anything else, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up tonight's show. But I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to answer that question. I think it was great, all of the response. Looking forward to seeing you all. Spread love, continue to uplift. Check on your loved ones. Please, community, check on your loved ones, our seniors, our young people. You also have to understand some of our seniors in the community, they're lost some of their caretakers, some of their family members. A lot of them feel lonely, feel like people are not connecting with them. So do your part and reach out to your loved ones, reach out to the community organizations that's looking for support. Our seniors also are a very important part of our community. We want to make sure that they have ways to connect with their loved ones and things of that nature. So just wanted to put that out. But with that being said, we're going to wrap up tonight's show. Looking forward to seeing you all this Thursday at 6 p.m. as we will have another financial literacy education presentation that's going to be put on by Miss Sandy and her team. We're looking forward to have that this Thursday. And then this Sunday, we're going to have another relationship conversation. We're going to continue to have these conversations as we continue to work together to build up Black love in our community, talk about what some of the struggles is, how do we fix it, how do we come together. To all my kings out there, all the brothers, I need y'all to come sign on. I want to have a couple brothers on this panel. All of the sisters are logging on. They signing up. They ready to have a conversation. I need a couple brothers on there. I don't want to be the only brother having to represent for all the brothers. I need some different perspectives. So hopefully some kings out in the community sign up, join the conversation this Sunday at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll be out there. We'll be having another live segment. We'll be talking about relationships. How do we build this Black and brown love in our community? How do we fix the issue? There's a lot of divorce rate, a lot of issues that we're dealing with in our community. We want to have this conversation, put it out there, and see how we can fix it for our community. The healing process begins with communication, and I believe this segment will be another gateway to some different perspectives, some different thoughts as we work to continue to rebuild and uplift our Black and brown communities. With that being said, we love you all. Be safe. Condolences to all of the families, all of our loved ones that we lost. Shout out to my guy, Nate, SF Rebels, and just all of our community people. We know a lot of people are overwhelmed and exhausted. Check on your loved ones. Say a prayer for our communities. We will get through this because we are resilient people, but it will take some time, some understanding, some humility, and compassion. With that being said, thank all of our hidden gems tonight, these phenomenal businesses. Don't just sit here and watch them now. Get out there. Go see Lab. Go see Tiffani. Call them. Let's go. Both sides of the conversation, viewers. Let's go support our Black and brown business. We'll see y'all all this Thursday. Have a blessed evening, everybody.
Thank you guys for having us.